Hey guys, I'm back, and today I'm going to be basically upgrading the WIF's Recycling Run All Engines Go playsets. That being said, the first thing we're going to do is make WIF prop accurate. So first, before we can do that, if I can Google up a image of WIF, that would be nice. Okay, any minute. Okay, WIF Thomas and Friends. So this is basically what I want him to look like. So Henry Tender and the rest of my Henry. So they're currently in this. If I can move my Gauge 1 Thomas body shell, they're currently in this little thing I keep my spare parts in. I've been meaning to make a ton of models with these. So like here's a foot plate, a bootleg Wind Railway foot plate that I was gonna use for my Arthur. The body to my push-along, my older plastic push-along diesel. I haven't taken apart the one that was in the review. Here's the Bombus chassis that I took apart to make Donald. Here's either Donald or Douglas's foot plate. You can tell because I cut off the buffers at the back. Here's Percy's original foot plate. Here is Henry's chassis, so I'm going to keep this out just in case. Henry's cab. Henry's side rods. Here's Lady, or at least what I have of Lady so far. I repainted the wheels. I haven't gotten to doing the rim yet. But I think if I can, so here's one of Henry's wheels. This is the one I'm going to use for WIF. And I should have two more normal drive wheels and then one more bogey wheel from Henry. So drive wheel. Oh, no, that's another one. Go wheel. Drive wheel. And bogey wheel. And for good measure, are the rest of Henry's parts. Okay, so here I have the rest of Henry's wheels. So these are the wheels I'm going to use on WIF. His tender wheels, this bogey wheel, and this dry wheel. I'm going to use these wheels on Lady. And then here's the rest of Henry. I'm going to use the face and cab on my custom Henry and then just keep the rest. Because, you never know. And I'm also probably going to find a way to use these side rods on another. I'm probably going to try to put these side rods on Lady like I did on Percy. So I'm not going to look for Percy again, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, why am I talking about them? This video is about WIF. We're doing WIF. Time to get disassembling. So let me move this out the way. Guess I'll throw something on YouTube and start working. Put the new ones in. And that's already quite a bit better. So let's... And I'm not gonna paint the wheels just yet. I want to make sure they work, but as you can see, they work. So I'm gonna wait until I'm, repainting the body shell, since the wheels have a lot of dark colors. But since we're doing the chassis, is this the right gray? Yep. So we're going to use Sky Gray by this company. Foot plate looks like. Yeah. Okay. Gonna leave that to dry. And I guess now I'm going to do the wheels. So, put up yet, but here's the paint I'm using. Silver by the same company as the gray. So yeah, just silver. And I don't know if I said it yet, but I'm doing the wheels, and I'm going to be using this slightly thinner paintbrush. Alright, so, where do I even start? Okay, so I finished the wheels. Here's one of the wheels. You can see I got the silver on the rim and then the green on the inside. For the body, I painted it black because of the highlights. And by the way, this is the green I'm using. Hunter Green by Crafters Collection. 49 cents, so it was a good deal. You gotta be really careful with how you do the layers, because as you saw in one of my original models, Emily, if you rush, it can look really bad. So yeah, I have his chassis right here. I completely did the buffers. I just did that a moment ago, and like 3 minutes ago I finished the body. So I painted it completely black due to the highlights. I'm gonna mask off the parts that need to stay black, do the green, and then after I do the green, just do more masking and then do the lining. So at least that's the plan. I'm gonna see it. I might try to freehand it, since I could just go over it in black, but yeah. And one more thing, I painted his dome green because yeah. Alright, so a bit of an update. I got his boiler done. Let me put it in the light. There. I got his boiler done. Some of the paint already scratched off. I'm gonna do more coats, but yeah. His boiler. His dome has more coats too. And lastly, shoot. Okay, nothing scratched off. I did his safety, or I guess his whistles. You can barely see, but they're gold, so yeah. I'm doing more coats and probably gonna try to do his side tanks. So yeah. Okay, so it's getting a bit darker, so first of all, let me change the camera. It's getting a bit darker, so you might see the lighting change since I need to turn the lamp on, but here's width so far. I've done the first 2 lines, as well as, if I can hold the camera with my hand, all the green and black. So yeah, I'm doing his boiler lining first, because that's probably going to be the hardest. This is smoke box. I'm just gonna use the standard one. Here's his roof. Still just has the 2 gold whistles. And his footplate and chassis is done. Let me... Oop. Using Henry's coupling, the Henry's wheels. They're the ones I'm gonna use for Lady. And then here's his footplate. Yeah. So I'm gonna continue doing this, and yeah. Alright, so here's Whiff's finished model. Ooh. I decided to not give him much lining because, you know, he's gonna be pulling garbage. There's no point. I still need to give him the little red inside of his number plate, but aside from that, he's done. Anyway, next up is oh, here. This garbage flatbed. So alright, so I repainted the garbage load using Applebarrel's Golden Sunset, Folk Art, Coffee Latte, and Folk Art, whatever that says, Coffee Bean. Oh yeah, and a little bit of black. So as you can see, I mixed some of it was dry brush to get some rust, but yeah. Some rust, some dust, some crust, and yeah. Most of it, well, not most of it, mostly just the handle and some of these little barrels and this traffic cone were left, and these bolts were left the molded plastic color, as you can see, because I didn't want to repaint those. I also painted this flatbed, which I'm actually about to replace with this chassis. These wheels, I mean, just the wheels, not the chassis. I painted these wheels black, but I'm gonna swap these. And the next project is the coach, or I guess this wagon, I guess, yeah. The plan is to just make it look better, similar to everything else, so yeah. Alright, so here's the final update for day 1. I got Whiff complete. I gave him his, I don't know if you can see it, but I gave him the red dot on his number plate. Yeah, Whiff's done. Here's the garbage flatbed. Basically how you last saw it. I haven't gotten to adding the actual wheels yet. And lastly, here's the garbage coach, or I guess van. I applied some weathering. I don't know. There. So you can see there's some weathering there. Went heavy on the weathering here. Added a red running board on this side. And over here just applied some weathering here and on this side, as you can see, and on the coach side. Alright, so it's the next morning. I got a Whiff right here. They're the cars, but today we're not... Dang, I dropped Whiff. Today we're not doing that. Today we're focusing on the actual set. So we're going to start with this sign because I want this to be a sign for the island of Sodor in general. So I'm probably going to mix some green and brown, maybe do a layer of brown and then a thin coat of green to represent grass or moss at the bottom, and then paint the top with like gray, silver, and black. So yeah, I still got my paint thing. Most of it's dried up, so I'm gonna use some of these coats I have up here and then just paint it. So I'm gonna do my best to avoid the giant sticker, but I do plan on replacing it at some point with a hand-drawn sticker. So, or I guess a hand-drawn piece of paper glued on. So, all right. So here's the finished paint job. Later I'm going to put the set together, but later when I get the time, I'm going to put the set together. But here's the sign. I want to illustrate a new picture that might be there when I show the final running session. And I do want to paint this down here brown to represent dirt and grass and stuff, but I also did the buffers. I mixed different amounts of black with the and gray with the silver paint to get, you know, different shades of gray. Alright guys, so excuse the bit of the echo. I'm at this new location called The Floor. Here's the set. Just a basic figure 8. Here's the sign. The buffers. Here's width. Let's do a more detailed look. He uses, as you saw, the spare wheels from Henry and just repainted. And also the coupling from Henry, so yeah. Gave him a white foot plate, basically completely redid his entire body to be prop accurate. Left his chassis unpainted. Yeah, whenever I get a 2019 with, I might, or a take-along with, I might swap the body for it to be more proportionately accurate, but for now, it does more, it does great, it serves its purpose. Next up, here's the trash load. You can see I painted the, some of the paint scratched off, but I painted the traffic cone, the barrels. I went over it in brown and even dry brushed some brown onto the silver to look like a rust. And here, the flatbed. I gave it 20-25 wheels from the spare troublesome truck I had. Here's the floorboards on the top. Painted them brown and then painted the buffers. Oh, and one thing, little gaps in this, and the trash can go on the track, so yeah. Just something cool I thought I should mention. But here's the brake van / coach. I weathered it using brown paint because I was apparently too lazy to get my weathering powder out, but you can see I even added some more right here where it was already weathered. I might go back and paint the floorboards both on the van and coach side brown like I did on this, but also here you can see I weathered the coach too. And yeah, also gave him the footplate a black and red trim where it was molded, so it stops on this side. I don't know why they stopped it on this side. I'm probably just gonna paint this part red to match it, but whatever. So let me couple them up real quick. All right, so I could just, you know, roll him around and that'd be just fine. But I have my motorized Thomas here, so what I'm gonna try, I'm gonna have him pull the train around, so, and then just record some shots of that, so yeah. Alright, so I think that's enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and entertaining. And I also hope that if you want to make modifications to not just this set, but any Thomas toys of your own, I hope this motivated you to get into it. So, yeah, for the last time, here's Thomas with the garbage and the van. Oh yeah, and the buffers and the sign. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for 375 subscribers. Bye.